Hey, B.
What's up?
Well, we had an active shooter here in Las Vegas, May 16th, 2005.
2025.
25, yeah. Thank you. When you go to the gym, dude, you're butt ass naked. No way to defend yourself besides weights, right?
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Weights, your mind, mouth, and your hands and your feet.
You go there to forget about the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Not expecting to get shot. That's for sure. At least I'm not. When I'm at the gym, I'm not expecting to get shot. I want to work out.
Yeah. Yeah. There is some officers that do carry, in a little fanny pack or whatever they have,
There is. Yeah.
So there's one killed and a few injured, right?
There was 2 killed, including the shooter, and 3 wounded.
All right. Yeah, you don't expect to get involved in an incident like that when you're working out. So we're going to cover this video. We're going to go through and watch the critical incident that LVMPD put out. So we're going to go ahead and watch it, and we'll give you our insight on a few things. Not a lot. I mean, LVMPD did a really good job on this. They responded well. They handled the situation well, and they handled business. So we're going to go ahead and roll this tape. B, do you have anything else you want to say?
No. Let's roll the tape.
Okay.
The tape speaks for itself.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm Assistant Sheriff Jamie Prosser with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and I'm here to provide additional details of an officer-involved shooting which occurred on Friday, May 16th, 2025. This is the third officer-involved shooting this year and the third fatal. At this same time in 2024, we had 3 officer-involved shootings, and all 3 were fatal. This event was reported as a shooting in the 700 block of North Rainbow Boulevard at approximately 1:34 p.m. You can see the scene to my left.
I've been to that gym.
The officers involved in this incident are Officer Cade Urban. He is 29 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2020. Officer Urban was armed with a BCM .223 caliber rifle, and the investigation revealed he fired 4 rounds. The second officer is Officer Skeeter Black. He is 44 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2015. Officer Black was armed with a Daniel Defense DDM4 .223 caliber rifle, and the investigation revealed he fired 1 round.
Nice gun.
The third officer is Officer Aaron Javier. He is 37 years old and has been with the LVMPD since 2016. Officer Javier was armed with a Smith & Wesson M&P 15 .223 caliber rifle. The investigation revealed he fired 1 round. All 3 officers are assigned to the Community Safety Division, Bolden Area Command. The suspect has been identified as Daniel Ortega. He was 34 years old, 5 foot 11 inches tall, and weighed 180 pounds. Ortega was armed with an Olympic Arms PCR .223 caliber rifle. You can see the picture of the rifle on the screen. The investigation revealed he fired 24 rounds during this incident.
Wow.
The following are Ortega's charges had he survived: 1 count of murder with a deadly weapon, 3 counts of attempt murder, 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon on a protected person, and 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. The details of this event are as follows. On May 16th, 2025, at 1:33 p.m., Daniel Ortega arrived at the Las Vegas Athletic Club located in the 1700 block of North Rainbow Boulevard. He was armed with a rifle when he walked into the gym. The suspect walked past several people leaving the business and approached an employee working the front desk. Ortega then started to pace around the front desk area while several other individuals left the business. A second employee approached Ortega and the two briefly exchanged words. The employee fled when the gunman raised his rifle and started shooting.
I'm going to pause it right there, Gonzo.
Yeah.
So when anybody out there, right, all the ride-alongs, you see somebody walking into a business or you see somebody coming into the business and just you're leaving, right, and they have a rifle out, you need to call 911 immediately. Okay.
Yeah.
Something bad's about to happen. There's no reason, there's no logical reason for anybody to walk around with an AR-15 and coming into a business, right?
So listen, so
I'm
from what I
hoping.
understand, he walked in, he told the girl in the front desk, get down.
Yeah.
Right. So if he was really going to cause mayhem, he would have walked in shooting.
Yeah. Just started blasting.
Right. He shot 25 rounds.
Yeah.
Right. And only one victim that he actually targeted and killed. Do you know what this is about?
No. And she states that at the end, the investigation's still ongoing. This is just what we know at the time.
So this is kind of what I know. And this is my opinion. And I've heard it from a few people, good, reliable sources. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This argument escalated because he was trying to get more day passes. Okay. And the manager says, no, you're not getting any more day passes. And they kicked him out. And he said, I'm coming back in and I'm going to do some damage or something to that effect. Okay. That's what it was about.
Overpasses?
Yes. Yes. Now I could be 100% wrong.
Yeah. Well, you could be,
gotcha. Feed me carrots. Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like vegetables, but they could be feeding me the carrots.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and watch this and keep going.
Okay.
Striking the employee. The suspect followed the employee deeper into the business and continued to fire rounds. The assailant then made his way back to the front lobby where he continued firing rounds. At some point, his weapon malfunctioned. We will now play video of Ortega arriving.
That guy walks out cool as a cucumber, like, holy shit, something's
that
guy
happen. Should have been on the phone with 911.
No, I think he's the one that does call.
Okay. Yeah. If you see that, America, right along.
At approximately 1:34 p.m., LVMPD Communications received multiple calls that a male was armed and shooting inside the Las Vegas Athletic Club on North Rainbow. We will now play the 911 audio.
911 emergency, Moreno Ceballos 20211. Do you need police, fire, or medical?
Police.
To what address?
The Las Vegas Athletic Club.
Which one?
Northwest, the one by Rainbow.
Okay, what's going on there?
Yeah, I think I saw someone come in with an AR.
Thank you.
Into the Las Vegas Athletic Club?
Yes.
How many minutes ago did you see that?
Just right now.
So 1 minute
He
ago?
was the caller.
Yeah, like right now,
Good.
now.
Thank you,
What
sir.
color gun was it?
That was a black.
Okay, and you're pretty certain it was? Was he by himself?
Yes, I think there's shots.
911 emergency. Fire or medical? Hello, can you hear me?
Wow. Pause it for a sec, Brian. So listen, let's clear up a few things. The dispatcher is trying to get more information, right? But
Correct.
she's already sending units. She is
Correct.
already sending multiple units, right?
We're already en route. Yep.
Putting out the toll alerts. Another dispatcher saying, hey, active shooter possible at the LVAC on Rainbow and Lake Mead, right?
Correct.
So you're having multiple units already going. But she's just
Correct.
trying to get more information to tell the officers that are en route. Not her. The operator has an assistant now getting that critical information and relaying it to the officers that are involved.
Right. No,
and,
yeah,
you're going to invoke the in the box units, right?
Correct.
They're going to be deploying from other area commands and making their way over there.
Correct.
And listen, they might not be directly involved, but they're going to be able to establish a perimeter, keep people safe and help with evacuation.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Now,
And also,
let me, go ahead.
let me just add this. What we hear, okay, is we hear gunshots. Yes. Ride-alongs, we all heard the gunshots. On the phone with dispatch, you won't always pick up those gunshot sounds. Okay, they won't always hear that. So I know we're hearing it and we're like, yeah, don't you hear the gunshots? On the phone, you might not hear the gunshots. So just wanted to put that out there.
And let me say this too, Bryon, before you start. There is no STAR protocol in this situation.
No.
Cops are getting there as quick as they get, and they're gonna get, as soon as they get there, they're gonna start trying to deploy, get done on their gear.
Correct.
Get ready to handle business, right? That all comes in after the fact.
Correct. Yeah, you're gonna get there, and well, we're gonna watch them, and then we'll talk about it.
Hello, anyone there?
So again, she might not hear that.
Officers were immediately dispatched, and at 1:39 p.m., officers Javier, Black, and Urban arrived at the business. All three officers deployed their patrol rifles and approached the front doors. Officer Javier observed the gunman by the front doors armed with a rifle and fired a round through the window at the suspect. Shortly after, the suspect exited the business still armed with the rifle and ran past officers. Officer Urban fired 4 rounds, and Officer Black fired 1 round, striking Ortega. All 3 officers immediately took the suspect into custody and began providing life-saving measures. Medical personnel arrived and transported him to UMC Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. We will now play video of the suspect leaving the business.
Okay.
This is after the shots had been fired and he had had a malfunction. The suspect is seen throwing a set of car keys.
Okay. Pause it, Steve.
Well,
Okay, so he had a malfunction, right? I'm going to go with he probably had the most common malfunction is a double feed, right, Gonzo? So, or a stovepipe, right? He didn't know how to clear it. If you're ever in that situation, and hopefully you never are, but if you are, okay, a lot of people that do these types of things, crazy things, they're not really educated. They don't educate themselves properly on the equipment on the equipment that they're using. They're not training on it. So when you see that and he's having trouble, and now you see that this weapon is rendered useless, that's the time for all you gym guys, right? Guys in the gym, big dudes, swole dudes, karate guys, whatever you do, that's the time to get them, jump on them, right? That's the time you subdue them. You can't take on 10 guys, and because he can't work the gun, right? So that's the time you jump.
The question is do they have the courage to do that, right?
Well, that's going to depend on to each individual person.
Right. When you have a law in the fight, okay, that's why, listen, Bryon, and I know you do this and I do this. When I first walk into a restaurant, I look where the exits are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I always know where the exits are.
You have to know where the exits are.
How many and where they're at.
As a civilian, you need to train yourself to do the exact same thing, because this could happen anywhere, anytime.
Mm-hmm. I've been retired for what, 4 years now. And I still, when we go out with my family, whenever I go out to eat, I always pick my seat. My family knows they will never sit until I sit first, because I sit tactically where I can see everybody. So I know what's going on. I want to watch people. Yeah. I'm a people person. I like to watch. So
yeah. Roll it.
But that's the time.
Back and forth, routinely looking out the front window.
But yeah, is it scary? Yeah. Be the scariest moment of your life.
You'll see him take his wallet out of his back pocket and also toss that down on the floor.
Unalive by cop. That's what he's contemplating.
That when he opens this door is when our officers first see him.
And now he knows we're there.
Javier fires the first round.
Boom. And he knows we mean business. because we
And then
do.
he exits the other set of doors.
We're not playing games.
We will now play body-worn camera video from all 3 officers.
We got 2 rifles. One, those people are inside. Still inside.
I like it. They got good cover.
Yep. It's all about angles.
One's coming out. One's coming out.
Watch this.
See him in the entrance.
Stay off the radio, man.
LVMA, all black clothing with the rifle.
Yeah, somebody else should be calling that out.
Okay.
It's safety control.
That's
He would-
William 34.
As soon as he popped out.
Still moving. He's moving. He's moving.
All right.
Hey. I see him. He's right there. He's by the front door.
Brighten up that red dot. Hit that red dot a little bit brighter.
Yep.
I've got cover.
You're going to need it quick, son. You're going to need it quick.
Hey, he's locking the doors, dude.
I think he is.
Good communication. I love it. They're calm. They're chill.
Hey, we gotta push it.
Hey, pause it for 1 second. So there was a question that was asked to me, why aren't they going in? Right?
Mhm.
They've got eyes on him,
Mhm.
right? And
Yep.
he's not actively shooting,
No.
right? So could this be technically called a barricade,
Sure.
right?
Sure. Well, no, I would never. No, actually, no. I could never call that a barricade because you have everybody inside. All those
Well,
innocent
you
people
can still
inside.
have a barricade with a hostage
Yeah,
barricade.
but now it's going to be hostage rescue.
Yeah. Well,
There is no barricade with a hostage. It's either barricade or hostage rescue. And if you got all the people inside the gym and my man standing there with an AR, not letting anybody leave, or maybe he's not shooting, but let's say he doesn't let anybody leave. That's hostage rescue. And he's
I just
going to be
I just
taken
wanted
out very
I
quickly.
just wanted to clarify why they weren't rushing in, because they had eyes on him and he was
Correct.
not actively shooting anybody.
Correct. Yeah. You see your threat, and the threat is right in front of you. You're the main police job is distract him, right? So now he's not shooting at innocent people. We want him to shoot at us because we can defend ourselves. You guys inside the gym, or if you're not armed, you can't. So we're a distraction. Let him shoot at us. So now you guys run and hide while we're shooting,
There you
while we're
go.
getting busy, right? You guys should be running out of the place and hiding. Let us get the gunfight. Let us finish it, right? And we'll handle business.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say. There's 3 key things you need to do: run, hide, and fight. Right?
Yep.
Run, hide, and fight. When there's a lull in the situation and he's distracted, and you can see that happening, that's your time to bounce out.
Yep. So when you see the cops, the first thing I'm going to do, if I'm in this situation, I see the cop show up and I hear they took a shot at him and now he's focused on them, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't care what my PR was that day. I don't care if I got 18 plates on legs racked up. I'm running out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you got 18 plates on the machine, you're
I
not going to be running out. Your legs are going to be all wobbly.
I don't. My buddy does. No, I don't. Are you kidding me? I had 2 plates on and my knee popped and I almost died.
Let's go.
Yeah. Now my knee's all messed up. I'm a mess.
No.
Got on
Quick on the
target
draw.
fast.
Yep.
Got on target fast.
Well, when you're that close, it's literally point and shoot.
It's yeah. Somebody asked me if you should lead them at that range or at a certain distance, but at this distance, no. It's you're not even looking at the red dot right along at this point. You're not even looking at the red dot.
he won't even finish his stride before that bullet impacts him.
Yeah, it's just up, shoot.
Okay. Okay, right there. Hey. Okay, I see him. I see him.
And see, you can hear he's amped up,
Get covered.
right?
Yes, he is the front door.
Take a breath.
I don't have a shot.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, he's at the entrance. Okay, get some fucking cover.
So he's worried about his buddy.
Mm-hmm.
He barricading the door? Okay.
With what? I think he barricaded it.
I think they thought they was locking the doors.
Oh,
He's right there by the fucking door. Go ahead, shot. Is that you, Skate? Is that you?
Communication is the key.
yeah.
And here's a slow motion video with the still shot of Ortega holding the rifle as he exits. As additional officers arrived, action teams were formed and entered the business. Officers located 3 individuals suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Medical pronounced 1 individual deceased on scene and transported the other 2. And during the investigation, it was discovered that another individual had self-transported to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injury.
Okay.
Before I take any questions, I do want to remind you that this 72-hour briefing is to tell you the facts as we know them now. We're aware that there's speculation as to motive. However, this is still an active and ongoing investigation, and at this time, we cannot confirm the suspect's intent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So questions? Yes.
How many rounds actually hit the suspect?
You want to pause it for a second?
I
So, listen, when I was with Metro and I was with SPR, Special Purpose Rifle Team, right? We were always trained that if we're going to shoot through a window, it's always a 2-round volley,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the first round is going to flatten out and maybe possibly deflect, go off target. The second
Correct.
round, if you're on target, it's going to go through that little opening or close to it. The glass
Penetrate.
is going to have less resistance. The bullet's going to fly truer, right?
Yep.
Now, that's if you've got time. This guy's doing some quick peeks and stuff like that. You get what you can get. You shoot what you can get, right?
You get what they give you.
Yeah.
You get
So,
what they give you. Meaning
that,
whatever part they present of themselves as a target, that's what you got.
Yeah.
Take your
Yeah.
shot.
I just wanted to clarify, why don't they do a double tap and stuff like that?
Mm.
If you can get the double tap, you take double tap. If not, you get what you get, right?
Yeah,
One shot that you get, that's one shot that you get.
yeah, when you have that, I agree 100%. When you have that rifle up, pop, pop, just let 2 go. You're gonna hit 2 right next to each other. It's okay.
Especially if you're aiming for center mass.
If you're aiming center mass, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good all day long. Gonzo and I still train doing this stuff almost every week, and we're still learning, but we're still having fun.
If you train and you know your equipment, you know how to fix a malfunction, get it back in battery. And listen, when your adrenaline's pumping, your small motor skills, if you don't train,
they start to go away. Yeah,
they
start to go away.
And I'm assuming that's what happened with this suspect. He had the malfunction, panicked. He was amped up and just couldn't figure out how to fix it because of his small motor skills, and your critical thinking goes out the door.
Yeah,
Right? It's not normal for a person to go in and start shooting people.
No, I think the physiological effects that he was feeling that was dumping into his body, you know what I mean? Getting the guts to first taking a loaded weapon, a rifle into a gym. He knows people are calling the police. He finds his target. He shoots. Then he shoots other people. The dump that he must have gotten, he was probably shaken and probably not thinking very clearly.
Yeah.
And that's why he's throwing his car keys. He's throwing his wallet. He couldn't fix the double feed or the stovepipe. And here's the biggest thing. He was preparing to die.
Mm-hmm.
He knew when he ran out those doors, ride-alongs. When he ran out those doors, he knew it. He was good. That's why he brought the gun up, right? He knew he was going to get shot.
Yeah, because he
So-
could easily surrendered.
So he knew he was going to end his life. And again, it's a hard thing to do. So
Yeah.
All right, there's just a minute left. Steve, roll it.
I would have to check with our investigators to get you an actual number of rounds.
He got hit a few times.
Just watched, what time was that at? The initial shooting was at 1:35 and then.
And our officers arrived on scene at 1:39.
Did this go off as it's supposed to in terms of officers responding to shots fired in such a big building like that, a busy place? Did it happen as it should have unfolded?
Yes, unfortunately, it did come out as an active shooter inside the gym.
Yeah.
Our officers,
Could see that,
numerous
yeah.
officers from around the valley were responding.
Yep. Everybody goes.
Fortunately, this gentleman had a malfunction in his weapon, which actually saved this from being a mass casualty event.
Yeah.
Our officers arrived as he was not currently shooting. If he had been, then they would have pushed through those doors and gone through that gym until they engaged him.
Correct.
But when they came up to that window, as you could see, they saw him right inside the window, and our one officer was able to attempt to take a shot.
So do you believe that he was going to shoot other people?
The suspect was, suspect had on his person multiple magazines with
Yeah.
more ammunition. However, due to the malfunction in his weapon, he could not utilize it any further.
Right.
Do you know if the suspect went to the gym anytime that day, anytime that week, or if he was even a member?
I do know that the suspect was actually a member of LVAC and did work out at that gym. I can tell you from the investigation as of right now, there is no connection between the victim and the suspect.
And you
It was like
mentioned
a
that he
10-year
walked up to,
member.
the front desk. Do you know if there was any argument that was exchanged between the workers and him, or no?
There was not an argument. Yes.
During this investigation, have you guys found anything, any manifestos or anything detailing that he had intent to go and shoot that person that day?
At this time, we have nothing connecting the two. Obviously, this is still ongoing, and we still have more phases of this investigation to complete. But as of right now, there is absolutely no evidence that there is a connection between them.
Are you still looking for witnesses to talk to if they need a call in or?
Absolutely. If anyone has any information, please give us a call. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Vegas. Good job.
Good job. Good job. 12 donuts.
Good job,
job.
home team.
Yeah. Communication was good. I loved how they were nice and calm. Yeah, they were ready to handle business. I love how they came in and everybody took basically right side. So they kind of fanned out on right side. Suspects here, they fan around the side. So everybody's shooting in a safe direction. There's no crossfire. You know, it was great, man. They saw him. The first officer took a shot. That was great, right? Now he knows we're there. He knows we mean business. We're not playing around. He couldn't shoot back because he had a malfunction. Even better for us, right?
Yeah. The thing that I noticed is that there was no tunnel vision on these officers, right? They were looking around, making sure, hey, get behind cover. I got cover. He's at the door. He's barely locking the door.
Yeah.
They all had 360. What's the word I'm looking for? Sensory, right?
Yep.
They knew what was going on around them, which is what you need to have, right?
Yeah.
So
And that
that's
comes
what
with
happens
training.
when you train. Yep, that's what happens when you train.
There you go.
So,
That's when you train.
Yep.
Constantly, you get really good at it, and things
Yeah.
just don't bother you. And
Yeah.
gunshots going by you, you're like, man, it's okay. Just like when
Yeah.
you're at war, you get desensitized.
Yeah. So
But yeah, they did a
Well-
great job, man. They did a great job, as usual. I mean, we're a little biased because we're from Metro, but
Yeah.
you see how I loved it. Even when the suspect was running, the cop saw the other cop, brought his gun down, and up. He didn't flag his buddy. Flagging your buddy means you bring your gun straight across, and your buddy's in your sights. We don't do that. It's very dangerous. So he actually went down and up around the officer. I loved it. That was great.
Yeah.
Even in you can't fake that. That was 100% training. Period. He does
Yeah.
it all the time, so he did it
Muscle
naturally.
memory.
Yet muscle memory, even in the real thing, when it matters, he still did it because muscle memory and his training. So
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
great job.
Thoughts and prayers to the victims' families.
Yes.
So, you know,
Yes.
dang.
It's always sad, but again, you can't look for logic in an illogical act because you're
Yep.
not going to find it.
Yep.
It'll drive you crazy. It doesn't
Yep.
exist.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for all the support. We are humbled and honored that you support us and that you even like us.
Yeah.
Right, G?
Yeah.
All right.
Channel's been growing like crazy. So,
And without you, well, there's no us.
yeah.
So we appreciate you. Thanks for watching.
For those still serving, have a safe tour duty, please.
Make a difference in someone's life. Stay classy, Las Vegas.
Let's go LVMPD. Always.
Great job, guys. 12 donuts.
1 Sam 5 and 1 Sam 6, copy of 425 call.
Copy. 1 Sam 5 en route.
1 Sam 6, copy, en route.